is Ebu Bekir Kaplan from Innoster, the paid sponsor of the Employee Experience Day as well. And thanks for everyone, and thanks for every participants here. And also, I would like to thank Pete for having me with this great audience. For me, also for my company, I'm saying that. I'm dealing with all kind of global expansion and revenue-related things at Innoster, such as sales, marketing, growth, and so on. The startup culture, you have to deal with so many things, and it is fun. It is kind of the heart of gamification, let's say. And also, this is the last day, sadly, but still, it's going to be a good day, and also, it's going to be a good day tomorrow. I would like to say something about Innoster very, very briefly. I mean it really. We have established 2016, as we have seen in the first step here. The first 2 years of Innoster dedicated to R&D, completely dedicated to R&D. There is nothing more and there is nothing much. Because we know that a good infrastructure and a solid engine are the most crucial points for the sustainability of the business. And you all have known that. If you're going to do something more and more, you have to get a solid engine here, a solid route, let's say. After focusing entirely on the technical side, we actually started our story in the last part of 2018, and luckily, our first customer was also our first investor, which is a bank, a kind of different bank, let's say, interest-free bank, one of the leading in Turkey, named Alvaraka, and thanks for them again and again. And afterwards, our focus shifted to expansion. Thank God, and we reached up to 16 projects with 10 enterprise customers. All our customers are still in the top of their sectors all around Turkey. Some of them are leaving companies at EMEA region, of course. And so far, we have introduced more than 250,000 people to gamification with these projects, and they are still continuing. Luckily, again, we have all customers still on board. We have zero churn so far. This is a very, very good thing for a company like me, like us, because gamification is really hard for most of the companies. And thanks for our customers again. And here we have taken gamification to highly qualified groups, and such as Istanbul Metropolitan Municipality, one of the largest cities of the world, and we are working with them. We are having a great app to make people more healthier and more vocal, let's say. And also we have some telecommunication companies, we have some finance companies, and I'm going to tell something about these too. And now this time we have received a final investment at the beginning of this year. So now we have opened our eyes to the global. Now I'm in UK, and I hope that our next step is going to be United States, because gamification has a severe path in the next years. We are going to walk this path, of course, with the gamification lovers and gamification followers, let's say. Our name shows what we are here actually to achieve. We try to boost innovation at first, and also income, intelligence, interactivity. You can say anything starting with I and N. It's a good thing also for our name. My part is actually dealing with the marketing, so I love all kind of marketing related things, and I am going to tell so many things during this presentation about marketing. And please accept my apologies in advance here. And we do so through the new methods and technology here. Our method, of course, and we aim to gamify every sector with this power as Innoster. And now I'd like to say something more about me, because it is important for me to explain myself here easily. There are so many great people here. I have heard and I have inspired with almost all of you. It is a very, very good thing for me. And now I am a kind of gamification lover among gamification experts. It's very, very perfect thing for me. And thanks for you, everyone, again and again. My first serious meeting with gamification around 2019, and it was a good season for me. Some of my friends said it would be perfect to meet in line with the latest ideas of a bright concept. The concept he meant gamification, of course. And then I read something. I researched something and tried to look into that. And remember, I was saying like, wow, this is completely unbelievable. This is good. Oh my God. Yeah, I know it. I had to be in this world. And now I am a kind of part of this world. And it is very, very good. And so let me wrap it up. I am going to tell you something here today, not as a gamification expert, as I have already said it before. I am a kind of fellow believer. And I am here a person also on both sides of the table. Once before, actually last year, I was on the other side. I was a kind of customer of gamification projects, working with Investor. Very, very nice season for me. And now I'm in the kitchen dealing with producing gamified things. And I feel very lucky again and again. We are talking about employee experience here. All day we have listened so many great things. And now I would like to say something more and more. Not exactly these success stories, but I would like to say something about story and telling of it. Okay, this is employee experience. You all have known that. And when we say this, we are basically talking about the story, of course. It starts with the post on a job search platform, of course, and the possibilities extend to infinity, almost infinity, let's say, as the circumstances allow, of course. We place gamification at the very heart of this journey, especially for the generations Y and Z. They are two great people groups here. The part so far is a cliche, of course. You all have known already. But the real and exact thing is how we are going to do this. In the research a couple of days ago, I have read named Great Place to Work. Continuity in the workplace seems logical in the scenario where all conditions are in place for the generation Y. This is really important clue for us. This is a really input also for us. Okay, good. Maybe you can say, okay, let's idealize everything. It is really not possible. It is almost a kind of reaching to the mountain of the hills, you know. But here we have another kind of view. It is almost unbearable, but we have a kind of view. We have gamification here. A settled corporate culture, fair working conditions, fair promotional systems, regulated appreciation, appraisal. These are really, really important things, not only for the generation Y, of course, also for the generation Z. Each of these headings important to continuity of the story. And so we are all using these concepts to continue the story, to create a story for them. And how do we do that? And what is the way? This is the point. It seems ideal for me to use the power of curiosity. Curiosity brings the question. And when the question brings the solution, you cannot wait for the next one. This is the main topic. This is the heart of gamification for me. Give me one more question. Give me one more. Give me one more. A kind of beggar. We all can be a kind of beggars here. And whether, by the way, you are the one asking or solving, it doesn't matter because human beings still continue to develop with curiosity. We are all know that we are all human beings, and we have to be live in this kind of world. So the curiosity is still a main part of our lives. And at this point, I think the structures that will bring employee experience and learning together, that is gaining importance for us, also for the employees. We have been working on this for a while, almost 1.5 years, let's say, and we are putting all kinds of methodologies of learning into practice. We are planning a long journey by blending information, let's say, with, of course, again, gamification. We are with the employee from the very beginning of the journey. This is the crucial point for me, and we care about them. And also we have to, of course, we care about the whole journey. Again, I would like to say how. With this combination of our human touch and technology offers high touch and high tech. This is two important concepts for us, high touch and high tech. This is the spirit we are using. We first decide on how we can spread the concept and touch the environment to our design method, and then we act on it. But of course, we are a tech company, you know, and we meet the needs mentioned above by focusing on technology, and we fulfill the need for employee experience with our 4 main product groups. Last year, it was around 2.5, and now it is 4. And next year, I hope that it's going to be more than 10. And it's a kind of message to our IT team also here. Motivist is our admiral ship here, and he is working to boost employee motivation. And also we have Bond to enhance customer experience, and we have News for all kind of apps, all kind of websites, easily develop their own system here. I'm going to explain in a detailed way right after. Okay, this is Motivist, a kind of end-to-end solution to increase the sales performance, strengthen call center engagement, increase the motivation of the employees, all kind of increasing things. You can do it with motivation. A complete end-to-end product, and we all love that. And also to improve the communication between different branches. This is also another important thing, because during the COVID session, you know, we have severe problems with the communication, and you can put it where the performance is. This is the truth for us. And the point is also we will cater the customized solution for your needs with our crew. I mean around 30 people here. You can see the user interface here. It is also customizable, of course, inclusive and very, very user-friendly. If you'd like to use it, just send me an email. And this is Bond, our second family. And we are using Bond to provide solutions for events, shopping malls, and many other businesses. And we can call it like B2B2C product here. And you can have unlimited users with the Bond. And we have done over 1 million, really, really already. And again, all customizable for your specific needs. And here we have News, the third product of us. We are offering a comprehensive, a flexible, and also powerful gamification infrastructure for our business partners. And actually, I can say that for everyone else. Maybe they would like to design their own process and want to take full control. Of course, we'll always be there to assist, but News can help everyone else. You have an app, maybe you have a website and something with the software, it doesn't matter. We can be with you if you want, of course. We are not going to force you. Last but not least, thank God, we have LEX, our final product, and we are opening the doors to a long-term knowledge-based adventure here. We have so many customers who would like to be a part of LEX in this year. Again, I think it's a kind of after COVID need for most of the companies. LEX contains all the basic gamification dynamics, and it uses the power of questions and curiosity again. It offers its users a wonderful experience from the very, very first moment by they get a job, and it teaches, develops, follows, and has them followed also, a sort of a career partner, let's say, or a kind of career coach in somehow. Okay, then the next slide is about a finance company's case study. I would like to explain this because I like this story. The world of finance, they're all on paper, men in suits, also women. Some people think they are so boring, and also some people think they are so cool. I don't know. I'm in the middle of these two concepts. By the way, I suggest you watch The Big Short. It's a good movie for the financial world. We have a lot of customers from this world, from finance world. I am going to explain from one company, something about one company. It was not really easy to introduce them to gamification at the very beginning, but we knew they were smart, they were pragmatical, and once they saw the benefits, they never stopped, believe me. On their vision of innovation, let's say, we first validated a brand new approach to their existing system of for employees. Then we designed a gamified experience instead. You all have seen the approach here on the screen. Our client had only one main goal since then, which is to achieve sustainable sales volume. A classical one. Of course, and they knew they needed a new type of approach to achieve this goal, but they know nothing about gamification, nothing about something new. This is simple, but of course not easy. And we have a methodology here. You can see the problems they had before our touch, which is within the scope, of course. They had an old school rewarding system also that didn't have enough power to energize their employees, which is one of the leading problems in today's world, not for that company. Of course, so many financial companies have the same problem at all. It is completely ineffective anyway. This is what Persona process said. Their commission system was not successful anymore, and they are all in our pocket now. Okay, let's set aside. Secondly, the company's existing sales in, we can say, a CRM portal or something like that, was not showing the employees' current position, which is really bad. And the efforts needed to achieve their targets also not seen in anywhere. They are playing almost randomly. Another clue for us to create the new view is also on our packet now. And employees could not get any information about where they were standing. The important clue for us, unless their manager texted them a boring target Excel sheets maybe, or via WhatsApp or email, I don't know. By the way, I fell in love with Excel, for the record, of course. On the other hand, how about communication between employees? They really completely unaware of this situation, unaware of this important thing. Employees, branches, and regions, they know nothing about themselves. Weak conversation, weak communication, almost none, let's say. Nobody knew about each other's success, thoughts, and efforts. So where is the competition, and how can be successful all this crew? Okay, now we're on the stage here. An applied design method for empowering teams to gamify their businesses to support transformation, and let's say cultural transformation for motivational growth through practical tools, of course, and a guided process. That is what we need. That is what they need. True Motivist, of course. I mean, this is our work here, and this method helps us to decide and generate solutions and create ideas, generate paths for all of them. And besides, it protects us from any surprises also. which are unexpected and unwanted situations, maybe in this case. And our gamification design method includes a bunch of canvases. So many of you are already aware of them. These help us include every detail in order to determine the objectives, get to know the target audience, specify the situation, specify the details of the current situation, let's say, and also find the motivational points and ways to boost them in every way, in any way, let's say. And also we examine the company situation, by the way, find out what they need and where they want to go. With our design method, we build a systematic approach on how to do this, how to deal with this. And launch, consulting, supporting session, and also last but completely not least, reporting, to make some fine tunings and also to make some arrangements for the future. Okay, we have created either long-term Olympics for them, summer and winter also separately, and with distinct types of targets, of course, within them. And in some others, try to find out the hidden words from letters gathered once you achieve your daily goals, maybe. And we have created some physical games as well for the regions to improve communication. No matter what the game rules are, or what the theme or the story is, we have touched almost each employee's heart and minds. And by applying the right approach at the right time, this is one of the important things, I believe it, with the help of Motivist, of course. There are around 600 people, and 96 of them are loyal participants of the journey. They are all loyal believers of our games, which is completely great for us. And we are still continuing the operation with them. Our product family, of course, helped us. Sorry. Now they can compare their current situations. A good thing. They know themselves, also each other's. Feature has helped people to get to know each other actually deeply. And also they can see who they should get tactics from, who is successful for diverse kind of targets, and who can lend them a helping hand. These are really important for ecosystem, for working, for business ecosystem. And employees started browsing what they would earn as incentives. This is also important thing. At the end of every mission, maybe at the end of every day, every mission, every month, these are cool things for all kind of employees. And also badges, you know, important part of the being one. For sure, all of these are fun and exciting, but how do they become measurable success? Generally, most of the people trying to be upset in this part. We have gathered numerical data to prove our point, of course, here. In the beginning of our journey, employees' engagement rate to our platform around 38. Okay, it is bad, but we are expecting this. And then we went on a new mission specifically just to increase this rate. That's it. And just in 5 days, we increased this number by over 100%. This is completely perfect for us and completely good for the company, for the business environment. And here comes another actual story. Our main goal was to achieve sustainable sales volume targets. You know, I was mentioned very beginning. With point shot missions, the right timing and the right rewarding system, we reached over 100% sales increase in just 3 months. This is another perfect thing for us. In this time, while we achieved our goals with fun and success, of course, we realized that this company was not our client anymore. And still, we are friends. We are loyal friends. And this is more important than that. And also, we have another case study here. about a call center. I cannot be allowed to mention the name of the call center, but I am going to tell something about it without saying its name. Um, our customer who manages the call center operation told us that the employees were bored with the monotony and the work become mechanical. One of the worst thing for this kind of business. It was not good news, of course, especially for the unit that directly touched the customer, which has lost its feelings, you know. At the same time, our employees in this story had to learn new things every month. This is a kind of another must and a kind of hard thing to overcome. Updated campaigns, let's say, changing scripts, new complaint issues, developing infrastructures, new products, etc., etc. You can say so many things for this. It is not a straightforward process to deal with. It's really hard. It is a kind of journey of the mountains, you know. So this is good clue for us, by the way. And now, at this point, we came in with LEX, learning experience product, our learning experience product. We put employees into an adventure who were not inclined to learn new things, you know, who were tired of the monotonous and mechanizing workflow I have mentioned just before. And our story became the story of a summit climber, let's say. Each employee started to climb the most important peaks of the world in line with their own standards, of course, and current situation. All people have a target, have a peak, have a summit here, and patiently absorbing and learning. And each summit has its own learning process because we cannot equate K2 with Mont Blanc, you know. Throughout the journey, our colleagues have learned to be good campers. This is a good thing. They have basic knowledge of climbing, explore the world's peaks, and continue to explore, of course. In the working physical environment, they have some special groups here. They have been established for these areas. The editing has a real life equivalent, let's say. And this company now has a climbing and camping team because of their using LEX. Asking questions, you know, wondering, learning, all of them are completely different experiences. They are all approaches that will further develop a workplace. We have an important motto behind all of them. We know, and we all know, that there is a freedom to fail. It is a good thing. It is a perfect thing to be in line with the curiosity, to continue the curiosity, to continue the being a knowledge monker, let's say. If each branch had a fixed number of actions every day, let's say, it could cause disconnections from the race. But now we are all in line. We are all have the same or similar paths. We all have the targets. We all have summits, peaks, etc. There's a good environment. There's a perfect business environment here, and we all love that. Okay, we have some numbers here again. We have been working with this company for 3 or 4 months or something like that, and we have already good numbers here. Let me explain very, very briefly. But by the way, customers are more satisfied and they feel the process. This is also good things. The positive vibes, I can say like this, yeah. The complaints, of course, they are still have, and also will be in the future for sure. But the point is, complaint cases are now closing faster and faster, thanks to the employees. They are talking to each other now, which is an extra outcome, by the way, for us. They taste the feeling of being a team. This is the perfect thing. And they are going to the top of the hill all together. Last again, but not least, of course, we have created knowledge monkers, a complete true knowledge mongers. They're a kind of scientists, they're all they saying, give me more info, ask me more, or something like that. And yes, this is completely perfect experiment for us, and we are going to continue with these 2 customers, and we are going to count the numbers again and again. I think we are running out here, and this is the end of my presentation. Thanks for having me, and thanks for listening me. And now I am all yours, Betty.
Hi, Ebu. Thank you so much for your present. And I know that the preference is for you to respond to the questions in writing, but we can field one question.
Of course.
From the audience. So would if anybody has a question that they'd like to put forward, please do so now. And we have got a couple of comments from the chat stream saying thank you.
Thank you very much for everyone.
Said that Pete has also said that he loves the aesthetics of all the Inusta products, which is really lovely to hear. And Ebu, as you were talking, your passion for gamification and helping people comes through really, really clearly. Can I just ask actually how you got into gamification? What was one of your first experiences with it? What made you want to explore it in the first place?
My first experience, did you mean, right? As a person?
Yeah, like made you get into it? What were your first experiences?
Yeah, I see. Actually, I don't know exactly the one point, but I know that at the beginning of the Meet with Inusta, the late 2019, I was like, wow, I know gamification, but I don't know how, and I don't know where, I don't know when also, but I know gamification deeply because we all, once before a child, we were completely in the gamification world during that time. And by the way, I have a little baby boy, 2.5 years. I am seeing him a kind of gamification expert here. And I don't know the exact meeting points, but I know that in my heart, we all in gamification, we all burn in gamification. And then somehow we have forgotten something. It's a kind of re-meet, let's say, for me.
Yes, and how interesting, because there's so many people I speak to who clients, and they might be parents, and the moment that they start thinking about the role that play has with their children, it creates a very different mindset for them, and they say, well, clearly play is so important for my child. I see how play fosters collaboration, imagination, creativity, and all in a way that feels very safe and exploratory. And so I think that, if for those who have children, it's really easy to make those connections between play as a child and the importance of play as an adult. But for those of us who do not have children yet, and certainly I don't have children yet, I try to really draw my own experiences from when I was a young child, and looking at how other children play, with my nieces and nephews and so on, and draw on those experiences. So I think if we can look at how others are playing, children or adults, it can be very inspiring. So Ebu, thank you so much for your presentation today.
Thanks for everything, Betty.